All right, good morning guys. So today we are gonna be driving the Mark IV Supra. It's been a while since I've driven this thing. Pretty much just sits around, you know, during the winter. It just like sits in the shop. Did a couple things with it in November, went to GTR Fest in Texas. And then after that, when the giveaway winner for the Chaser came into town, now we are gonna take it to the shop today because we have a couple things we gotta do to it and then something special planned as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire this unit up, see if it fires up after sitting all winter out here. I just connected the battery. I need to figure out where my key is. Where did it go? All right, so key is secured. This thing's a little cold-blooded, but we'll figure it out. Let's see, 37-degree water temp. Come on, girl. She's almost ready for something. Yep. Come on, give her. All right, round two. Sometimes if you give her a little, throttle, she gets mad, but you just let her stay right there. Every time I drive this thing, I'm like, man, there's something wrong with me. Why don't I drive this thing? Maybe because I'm scared, but just driving the Supra around on the street with people, it just kind of stresses you out a little bit, but this cruise is nice. There's fifth. There's sixth. Well, on the way we go. All right, so made it to the shop with Supra. This thing freaking, it rips. Might need to do some built motor stuff in it in the future. It's on like 25 pounds, it absolutely rips. I don't know what's up. It spits a little bit of coolant out of it, so I don't know if something with the radiator cap, if she needs bled again, because it's, you know, it's just been kind of chilling, doing some other stuff. But I know you guys haven't seen this thing in a little while, but we drove it down here to the shop today because we are making a special announcement, and that is that I'm giving away my Supra. Can you believe that? Just giving it away. But it's not that Supra. It's this one. It's the Mark III that you guys may have seen in the last video. We got it up on the lift, kind of test fitting some wheels, looking underneath the underside of it. We just got the radiator for it today. Probably gonna stick the exhaust on it and do a couple other little things. Now that we have the radiator for it, I wanna put that in it, drive it around, test fit some other wheels. We might throw these wheels off of this one just to kind of get a fitment spec to figure out where we're gonna go with it. After that, we're gonna pull this thing apart and go through the whole process of cleaning it up, making it nice. As you can see underneath here, it's a little grimy, it's a little greasy. You know, the engine needs attention. The intercooler piping, I would like to relocate some of this stuff and make it a little bit cleaner. We have a front lip. We need to do a fog light on it. These are the wheels off the S14, but that's what we're gonna be doing today. But yeah, if you guys would like to grab some entries to win this thing, head over to MotionAutoTv.com or MotionAutoPerformance.com. The launch week of this giveaway, we're doing 50 times entries, and we're kind of gonna chill out on the Facebook ads for this one, so we're not gonna run a lot of Facebook ads until probably the last week. So that means that you guys who are watching this video right now have the best odds for a chance to win this car right here, which it's gonna be sick when it's done. We're gonna be building it throughout the month of April. So April 1st through April 30th will be the length of the giveaway. And I guess kind of April Fools, we're not giving away the Mark IV, but we're giving away the Mark III. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this thing down, start playing with the radiator, mess with some wheels, and see what we kind of think. All right, so this is a radiator that we got. We just got one off the internet that came with a shroud. I was gonna do a coil, but then you have to buy a shroud and fans and some other stuff. I found this one on the old interwebs. It is a cooling, racing, and radiator manufacturer. So they don't have a name, but that's what they do. Welcome to purchasing and customizing. Your satisfaction is our goal. This is nice. This is actually really nice. Just looking at it, that looks like a nice radiator. We might be hitting that satisfaction goal. That is a nice radiator. Too bad they didn't make parts like this for your Civic, huh? They probably do. Welcome to purchasing and customizing. You know what it is? I could probably put my logo here. Right there. But overall, that is a very nice radiator. I just love the shroud. Like, the shroud is sick. because then we don't have to build a shroud, we don't have to do anything else like that. We just got to run some wires to the relay, and we're ready to rip. I already threw the other cracked one out in the scrap pile. We also have some other goodies showing up for this thing this week. We have some BC Racing coilovers, we have an Artec turbo manifold, we have a Garrett G3900 turbo, and then we're gonna pull the engine and do all that other stuff. But again, I just want to play with this thing before we get to that point. Hello.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Hey, is this the previous owner of a Mark III Supra on YouTube?
Yeah, man, what's going on?
Hey, what were you thinking?
Oh, I wasn't thinking, that's why I sold it to you.
Hey, I was curious about that wiring harness.
Are you talking about that pigtail?
Yeah. Do you have
I have it at my house.
What if you deliver it? I'll give you a ride in the Mark IV.
I deliver it and now I get a ride? I thought I got to drive it.
Not the Mark IV, you get to drive the Mark III when it's
Mark III.
Alright, so we already have to modify it a little bit, which isn't too big of a deal. But one of the holes just needs a little egging out, which sometimes you'll get that. I'm thinking intercooler piping. Kind of weird because there's this metal inner fender right there. But if we could go in between that, we could gain a lot of space. Because I'm afraid when we lower this thing, that's just kind of some weird piping right there. The next thing I would really like to do is get the exhaust on here. Because as you heard the other day when we started this thing, it didn't really sound that cool. It's going from like a 3-inch to like a 2 3/4 to like a 3-inch-ish. Down to a 2 1/4, down to like a 2, maybe that's 2 1/4, all the way out the back. And we might drop the fuel tank to see what pumps in there. Eric, are you doing all right?
Doing great.
Always check in. Always check in on your friends, okay? Make sure they're doing okay. I thought we were doing ourselves a favor by like ordering this. I mean, it wasn't like a super cheap exhaust. It wasn't like it was $100, but 315. But the fact that the whole canister sticks out behind the bumper, like that's not it. Like the tip needs to be like down here, which we could definitely shorten it. But that's just not nice. This is a modified thing, you know. So like,
just pull on this half 2 inches.
Well, I mean, we're gonna we'll probably do a whole new one all the way to right here. Is the goal, and then try to pull this thing back because that's just disgusting. So this exhaust definitely needs modified. We're planning on doing a whole new downpipe section when we put the other turbo on it. It doesn't need to be like fit up and perfect right now, but we do want to drive this thing. We could probably just drive it with the open downpipe underneath the car too, but I do want to kind of see how this back section fits. And that's not an OEM mid pipe. Like they modified it to be modified to like the factory thing. So everything was modified pretty extensively. So we're just gonna remove this back section for now, just so we have a little bit of the exhaust coming out of the back of the car. We'll make a full exhaust later, but not today. Turn it on nice. We might back purge this thing. All right, give her. Look at how much, there's some crud coming out of it. Oh! Are we having issues with my Shroud? I just wanted to drive this thing before we go tearing it all apart. I want to hit like a little bit of boost. I want to do some befores and afters. What should I do? Should I take off the intercooler pipe? Remove the fan shroud. build a completely new one. This is gonna be a problem. Because you know what 7Ms do? Like a 7M, it's like turbo and then intake manifold thing. I'm pretty sure. 7M GT engine bay in a Mark III. Intake manifold goes over the top. So the turbo comes out, goes to like a little side mount intercooler, and then goes right back into it. So that's why they don't have to fight with any of that stuff. We need to figure out some more stuff. Have you ever been working on a project car and you know it's not gonna be what you want, or like, you know, like this isn't how I want to leave all this stuff. I don't like this blue radiator hose and I don't like that stuff right there. You know what I want to do? I want to go out and I want to hit some boost in it to give me the motivation to send me to the finish line. Because I feel like if I had to wait a week to get this hose and I waited to fit this radiator until that, and then as soon as I get this hose, and now I have the black radiator hose, now I'm going to install my nice new radiator. Okay, now the fan shroud doesn't fit, so now I have to order a custom fan shroud. Like, you would never drive this thing, you would never get that, you'd never get a taste of it, you know? And I feel like that keeps me going. Like, I know we're putting this thing together and kind of wasting maybe a little bit of time, but I think wasting a little bit of time will get us well, and then we also see like what stuff doesn't fit. Okay, this thing doesn't freaking fit. Now we gotta figure it out. But if we go out, we hit some boost, figure out some other stuff with the chassis, pull it back apart. While we're waiting on parts, we get clean stuff, paint stuff, and then put it all together at the end, and it'll be a bright, shiny Supra. Right?
That's right.
All right, so instead of wasting coolant, we waste air pressure instead. That's one thing that we learned with the builds. Instead of like filling it with coolant and waiting for it to get warm and the thermostat to open to find a leak, we just pressurize it with this cooling system pressure tester or vacuum tester from Astro, and it saved us a lot of time and a lot of coolant on the ground, right?
Oh yeah. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm good at this.
And I'm watching it. You guys are watching it too. All right, so we pumped it up to about 15 psi, and then now we just watch it. So we've been watching it for about 30 seconds, and it's dropped 1 pound. I mean, it should hold. It should hold. Where's it leaking? See, wiring source of these harness has power. A radiator fan. Power right here. So we're just gonna send this one real quick. Again, this isn't the finish line. We're not there yet. But this is the first drive. Now we just need to run a ground to it, and then with the ECU master, we should just like be able to trigger it from the ECU. So it gets hot, bam. Now we at least have one fan running, some custom stuff. You see that? Should we show them that? I think that's good enough. We should be able to put some water in it, take it for a rip. Everything should be all right. I don't approve of using hose water in JZs. We usually use distilled, but we're literally gonna be pulling the motor out of here and probably within the next day or two. All right, first start with water in the radiator and no exhaust. Guess what that is? That's an Arctic turbo manifold, right? Open it up.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, hi, my name is Eve.
Yeah,
How
sorry.
are you today?
Are you from Allstate?
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping to talk to you today. Every day. Cool. We need to turn on the cooling fan. Got to 220, which is fine. It seemed like it was happy. Definitely seemed like it was happy. Look at that. That's it. That's the manifold of our dreams right there. How beautiful is that? Even this car deserves it. So we drove this thing down the street and it honestly drives pretty decent now that I kind of played with some of the fuel stuff. Definitely need a little bit more tuning, but we're not out trying to beat on it right now. We did decide to launch this as Project Build Giveaway number 22, which as you guys are watching this video, it is live right now until the end of April. So I figured, you know, we thought about fixing this thing, maybe flipping it, selling it on Marketplace, but I figured it would be really cool to kind of build it and bring you guys along with me and give you guys the chance to take home this car as well. We're also not gonna be running a lot of Facebook ads on this giveaway. So if you guys want some really good odds at actually taking home one of the builds and one of the projects, I think this one is an awesome one to get in on, and it's gonna be super sick when it's all done. So again, 50 times entries for the launch week of this thing. Let me know what you guys think of it. We went ahead and put the front lip on it real quick. Went ahead and threw the front wheels off of my drift car, and we have some goodies coming for this thing this week. We have Garrett Turbo, we have the Works Injectors, we have the BC Racing Coilovers that are coming for it. We're gonna lower this thing down, get a different set of wheels on it, clean up the interior, different steering wheel, and honestly just make this thing a super sick, respectable daily driver. Even just looking at it right now, it looks so much better than it first did when we first pulled it into the shop last week. But yeah, if you guys want to support me, support the channel, support the giveaways, tap that link below this video, grab some entries, and you might be driving home this thing. But other than that, appreciate you guys watching. See you later.